What is happening, guys? Welcome back. So we're going to continue on the journey of modifying this little Fiesta ST180 into a little track car for us to go out and have a little bit of fun in. We've got a few things planned for this episode, so yeah, let's just jump straight into them and see where we end up. We've obviously put the short shifter in the car, which has made a massive amount of difference. It feels more direct, it feels good. The throws, I think we said 20% different, about 20 mil. So what we were going to do was we were going to make an extension piece for this so that your hand was closer to it to make gear changes that little bit quicker, because we're going to be going that fast now. And then we were just chatting about it, and then he come in this morning and said, I've had an idea, so I can't take credit for this one, but we've made something today that does away for the need of the extension. And what we've made is this. Now this is some 2mm steel with some captive nuts welded inside of it. And what this does is lifts the whole gear mechanism up by nearly 3 inches. So looking at this complete mechanism, it's got 4 bolts that bolt down into the floor, and this is going to go in between the floor and that. So there we go, I've managed to get that trim back on as well. All I've done is cut the middle bit here, and I've taken this centrepiece pocket out here, which is for heated seats anyway, and these aren't heated, so it's not really a problem. Yeah, that's all come out and everything works as it needs to. It's just a little bit higher and a little bit closer to the steering wheel. Now, finishing touch, a nice little nylon gear knob. So I'm well happy with that little box and how it's turned out. I need to paint these because they're rusty and it's annoying me. But that little box works like a treat. It raised it up nice. We've got a nice little nylon gear knob on it. All the reverse still works as it should and does what it needs to. It's just much closer for you to get whilst you're driving and trying to gain that little bit of extra time on the track. So now that bit's done, I've got a couple of other things that I want to try and do this episode. One of them I'm still waiting for a part on, so we might do a little bit of that and then hopefully the rest of it turns up by the end of the episode. But the other thing that we want to do is something that is literally just arrived, and it's a new intercooler. So why change the intercooler for that bigger one? Well, the reason I've gone for that is if you look at this one, these fins are all damaged, half of them are compressed in. It's really not doing a lot. So it made sense to buy a full height one instead of buying a low height one and just buying. It's only going to help with cooling things down. So that's now arrived. I'm hoping it's going to fit on with all the original pipework, but we're going to take it next door because Rich hasn't got anything on the ramp at the minute, and we'll get it in there, we'll get all the bumper off, we'll get this fitted, and then we've been looking, I might drill a few choice holes in that front bumper just to help a little bit with airflow. So let's go and get it round into Rich's unit and then we'll make a start. So, front bumper is off and on the floor. Intercooler's now off. We took the arch liners out, and all of this plastic trim here goes around. The intercooler's off. Inside the boost pipes, there's a fair amount of oil and there's a bit of debris of some sort in there, and we think when we had it up in the air the last time, we're pretty sure that the turbo's gone on it at some point. It's had a new turbo. The down part's been messed around with. So we're hoping that this is just a bit of They obviously never went this far taking all this off to clean it out. So give them a clean out. And then we can see if that new intercooler fits on, or how and where it fits. Excited. Well, looks like that fits then. Mounts into the original fixings down here with the 8mm fixings. Looks like we've just got to make a bit of a bracket up there. But Rich just trying to get that hose on. And we'll get this hose on, make that bracket. Hopefully, that's about it. There we go, intercooler is all mounted up. So we've got the 2 original 8mm fixings underneath here and here. Hoses went straight on, actually not too bad, and have done up nicely, so they were bang on. And then all we've had to do is make this little plate here, which isn't the nicest looking plate, but it only took a couple of minutes, out of aluminium that stops it and takes any whip out, and that is absolutely solid. So essentially that is that intercooler fitted on and done. Whilst it's all apart, what we want to do, and I've seen it on a few track cars, is drill some holes in the bumper there, because the air filter's there and there's quite a bit of way through, and I want to try and get as much cold air into that air filter as I can, because it's in the engine bay, and eventually we're going to build a bit of a heat shield around it as well. But that's what we're going to do. We've got some hole saws, so we're going to drill some holes in there. And I think what we're also going to do, because we're running it on track, not really on the road, we're going to drill some holes in where the number plate goes, and then when we're on the road, number plate will cover them up, it's not really a problem. And I want to get rid of this where, for some reason, I don't know who put these plates on, but they've been double-sided taped and tiger sealed on, which, yeah, that was fun. So yeah, that's what we'll do now, and then we'll see you in a minute. Now, they might not look the nicest, but they are going to aid with air to the intercooler. Even though we're not chasing big power, they'll help with it. And they are going to help with the air to the air filter. And again, they don't look the nicest, but it is just a track car. So hashtag track car and hashtag full send, which is his fault. So yeah, that's that. Let's get it all back together. Back on the ground. Right, I had got another modification to the car planned for the end of this episode, but the absolutely wonderful delivery company that are Hermes have been trying to deliver it now for about 2 weeks and are telling me that they can't gain access and there's no one there to receive it. We're a massive farm that's very easy to find, and there's about 100 people on site every day. So yeah, Hermes up to the usual tricks. So thanks to those guys. No, by no means the fault of the company that I bought it from. It's just Hermes being Hermes. So we can't do the modification because they haven't arrived. But you'll notice we're out in the car on the road. So I've received the logbook. It's now taxed, insured, MOT'd, all sorted, all above board, and we can drive it on the road. So one thing that we wanted to do was, when we'd fitted the boost gauge, was to check what boost it was running, because we weren't quite sure whether it had already been mapped or something along them lines. So we'll get onto a bit of road where we can stretch its legs a little bit, and we will find out what boost it's running and find out if the car's mapped or if the car is still standard. See you in a minute when we get on this road. Got a little bit of a drive yet. Right, here we are, a little bit of road we can stretch its legs on. Let's bank it in third, floor it, see what it does. 20 psi and holding at about 15. So from what I've read online, 20 psi peak and holding at about 15 is standard. So the car is stock, absolutely bone stock, which I am, very excited about mapping and things of that nature on this car, because it's already quite a quick little car. So yeah, with a few extra ponies under the bonnet, this is going to be even more fun to drive. That is one thing that is going to be happening next week. I'm off to get the car probably not going to be out for a couple of weeks because I've got videos piling up at the minute. But hopefully you've enjoyed this one then, guys. I'm absolutely loving this little series. It's so much fun. I can't wait to get it back out on track. And if any of you guys have got track cars as well, hit me up in the DMs and we'll try and get it all out together at the same time or something along them lines, because yeah, they are so much fun. But guys, until then, we should leave this one here. Until next time, enjoy.